I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
Oh, man, I've got a little bit of jitterbugs going inside me right now. At the beginning of round number 1, we've waited a long time, 7 years for this one. Are you ready for this fight, guys?
Hey, Brian, I got to tell you, Fujin Raika's popularity in Japan is actually quite amazing. There's quite a lot of fans that actually made the trip to be out here to see this contest. I don't know too many American women fighters that would travel a lot of fans to Japan to see a fight, but here's Fujin. A lot of Japanese media here to cover this fight as well, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Layla and Fujin getting, just kind of touching each other up. Nice little straight right hand by Layla. You're saying, Jaime?
In Japan, there was 26 million people watching the first fight, and Layla has to lose 8 pounds the day of the fight to be a featherweight.
Wow. Wow.
Despite all that, she managed to win a decision on Fujin's home turf. So
in 8 rounds.
Exactly, and that's saying something. I mean, to win a decision on someone else's home turf, you have to fight a very good fight.
Now, one thing that's interesting right away, right off the bat, Fujin came out and started circling the ring. Not what you would expect. Fujin is usually the kind of fighter that likes to pressure her opponent. So a little bit different look, at least early on by Fujin. Now she's sort of making the adjustment and, starting to move forward as expected.
Well, you can see here, it looks as if Layla is coming out and she wants to establish a jab. She looks to have quicker hands, although Fujin hasn't really thrown many punches, although she hit Layla with a nice straight right hand that kind of had Layla blinking her eyes a little bit. But so far, Fujin seems like she's definitely trying to test the waters and see what Layla's going to bring to the table.
Fujin's a very strong fighter, and not only is she a very strong fighter, but one thing I like about Fujin as she comes forward, she has one of those sneaky jabs that sort of doesn't come when you expect it. So her timing, she sort of makes up for, maybe not the fastest hand sometimes by having very good timing with some of her punches.
Fujin did a book about her life because she born without father and mother, and she was adopted, and that was a great, great book she did about her own life.
That's one of the reasons she is so popular actually in Japan.
There you are. Well, 10 seconds left in the round, under 10 seconds. Layla comes out and establishing a jab. Beautiful footwork. She's kind of danced around the ring, and she's won round number 1 very easily in this one, in this championship fight with 2 titles on the line. Amazing. Look, close to amazing in round number 1 because you gave away round number 1.
Oh, and the best punch of that whole round was actually a jab of all things that McCarter landed right in the middle of the round. That sort of snapped Fujin's head back a little bit. Interesting right here to start round 2. Layla actually a little bit on the attack to start the round, but Layla didn't hide any secrets when we talked to her before this fight. Her opinion was that Fujin fights straight ahead and does not handle angles well, so her plan was to circle and box from angles, and she's been true to her form so far.
And you can almost see and look in the face of Fujin and see the fact, oh, beautiful headbutt there, that they collided head, excuse me, that Fujin is kind of biding her time. She feels, you can look at her face, kind of seem, okay, I've got power, I'm going to wait my time. I think I'm going to be able to land a shot that maybe will hurt Layla because I'm not going to be able to outbox her.
That's a strength and sometimes to her detriment as well. In the fights that she has lost, like her attempt at the WBC lightweight title against Ann Sakurado, she was just simply outworked. She's never been stopped in a fight, as has Layla. Neither of these women have ever been stopped in their professional career, so we know these are 2 very tough fighters.
They call her the kamikaze woman.
There you go.
She's gonna give everything in the ring.
And something that we haven't seen tonight at all, really, for the most part. I mean, we've seen some brawls, we've seen some great fights. We haven't seen a whole lot of boxing, although Nascimento and Juan Pablo did a little bit of boxing towards the end of that fight. But so far, they're doing a lot of boxing, especially Layla with the jab.
Toe to toe.
Yeah, the thing I love about Layla McCarter is I think it's one of the things that's made her so successful. She's one of the most versatile fighters you'll see out there. When I got a chance to see her defend her belt against Cindy Serrano, in that fight, she boxed very well, used the whole ring. I mean, Lily used every inch of that ring, and she was making Cindy walk into punches. Whereas against Domingo Olivo, she came straight ahead and attacked Domingo Olivo and really just took the fight to her. So Layla's a versatile fighter. She's got more than one way to do it. If plan A doesn't work, she's always got a plan B.
Ooh, nice little left hook there by Fujin. Grazes the glove of Layla there, but she was tripped and she fell down, so it's definitely not a knockdown, but you can see that Fujin was definitely putting a little bit more to her in round number 2. So we'll see how round number 3 kind of shapes out. So with that being said, we're heading into round number 3. I say round number 1, definitely Layla. Round number 2, who do you say?
Well, I still gave it to Layla. I think she's boxing well. I think for Fujin Raika right now, she has to sort of rediscover her own jab because she needs to step into her jab and try to use the jab as a tool whereby we should shorten the distance a little bit. It's just too much of this fight for her is being fought on the outside where Layla has all the advantages right now.
Well, right off the top, just what you just said. Fujin comes in and she's using the jab, and I bet you her corner told her, like, hey, you can't give away 18 million rounds. You got to get in there and fight. And Layla still putting that jab out there and using great footwork.
Yeah, great lateral movement. Exactly what she told us. You saw it right there. And you know, the thing about it, too, is great. She can move both ways. I mean, not every fighter does so good moving both ways, but you saw it there with Layla. She can circle either direction.
You know what's beautiful to see with these two ladies that are inside the ring is they're both boxers. They're doing great boxing. Their hands are up high. They're doing, left hooks, jabs to the body. They're good lateral movement, side to side. It's good to see with the ladies inside the ring.
And remember, this guy was scheduled to be at 12 rounds for 3 minutes every round. But, because that's take advantage in the Japanese girl, so they put it to 2 minutes for 10 rounds.
Yeah, there was an issue with the Japanese commission there, and they had to go to the cut. I'm glad Jaime mentions that. Layla McCarter's been campaigning for 3-minute rounds her whole career. She's saying her comment about it was that it's beneath both of them to have to fight the 2-minute rounds. Now, I would think it sort of changes the complexion in that they both have to be busier.
There you are.
I got to tell you, though, I love what you said, though. One thing that Layla always tells me if she's in her 50th fight is she's concerned with her legacy, and she wants to show what the women can do. Well, here you see 2 women fighting for a world championship, and this fight is being fought at a very high level technically.
Absolutely.
Very high level.
Absolutely.
And tonight, that's his best purse of her life.
Nice left hook there by Fujin.
Well, nice flurry, actually, by Fujin. You may see a little blood now coming from the nose of Layla McCarter. That was Fujin's best moment so far in the fight.
It definitely was, but Layla ends it with a left hook, and she steps away. Nice sneaky right hand. Little low blow by Layla, but she's putting the pressure on her there.
I don't think it was a low blow.
Well, I tell you what, that's a good exchange from the round, Ryan.
Wow.
This is the main event for a reason. People say, well, women are fighting the main. This is for 2 world championships, and you're seeing why, because these women are technically world-class fighters, and you are seeing it right here. And, if McCarter likes to speak about her legacy, it's fights like this that are going to ensure her legacy in women's boxing. To those of us that had the privilege to follow her career, she's really approximating legendary status now. And Fujin Raika, though, I'm impressed with her quite a bit as well so far.
There you go, Carlos. I would agree. I'm impressed with both of them. And absolutely, Fujin, she picked it up in the 3rd round. It could easily be scored for her or for Layla. And she's jabbing more, but she's keeping a lot of pressure on Layla. And Layla's doing a great job. The only thing that I would be concerned about if I were pulling for Layla in this fight is whether or not her conditioning is going to hold up, because she's doing a lot of boxing.
Well, and not only that, but the one thing that you worry about when you're fighting a pressure fighter is that little by little the distance seems to be getting shorter. And you mentioned the 3rd round was a better round for Fujin. It seems like as this fight advances, Fujin's getting a little more successful at cutting that distance and getting closer to McCarter. This fight's a 10-round fight, so we'll see if she can really make that pay for her as we get into the 2nd half.
Very good call. And you said that neither fighter has ever been knocked out. And the fact that Fujin must feel like she's got a very good chin as she absorbs a nice little 1-2 from Layla. The fact that she thinks that she can take her punch, that's going to keep more pressure on Layla in this fight. The fact that she doesn't believe that she can be knocked out in Fujin.
No, and Fujin is the fighter that comes in here with the better knockout record. She has 16 knockouts in her 18 wins. McCarter has 7, but that's in 31 wins.
Beautiful by Layla, timing Fujin coming in, hitting her with left hooks off the ropes. Layla is pinpointing like a marksman right now in this 4th round.
Layla knows she throws her punches whenever she has to throw, and she don't like to waste the much punches. So she knows she got to go maybe to 10 rounds. So she's playing really smart game right now.
Layla McCarter, when she's in rhythm, it's a thing of beauty to watch her fight. She's just as technically sound as you're ever going to see.
Beautiful. She knows. You can see Layla knows that she can time Fujin on the way in.
Look at those combinations, Brian. The hand speed, the accuracy.
Wow. I'd love to stand up and clap right now, although I have to do the commentating.